Hey guys, it's Meg and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be setting up my bullet journal ready for May, and let's just get into it. So my theme for May is going to be a strawberry theme. Think strawberry jam, picnic blankets, that kind of thing. I have done a couple of strawberry themes before. I did a kind of whimsical, foresty strawberry theme, and I've also done strawberry soy milkshakes before. There's something about them that I just find really enjoyable to draw, and I think because it's such a nice bright red, it really pops out in your journal. And it just gives that really nice early summer vibe, like strawberry picking, going out for picnics, that kind of thing. So I just wanted my cover page to really encapsulate the theme overall and hopefully look nice and pretty for the first page of this month. So I started off with my 0.1 fine liner to do the May bubble writing in the centre of the page. And I don't know why, but this sort of bubble writing to me just fits really well with the strawberry theme. It's something about it being quite cute and rounded, bubbly, but also soft and quite sweet. Don't know if that makes sense, but that's just the kind of writing that I very much picture going with this strawberry theme that I'm going for. And then I found this background design on Pinterest, and I just thought it was perfect to recreate on this cover page spread, as of course I really wanted to incorporate some gingham because that's been quite a theme throughout my 2026 bullet journal so far with my cottagecore theme. And so I felt this very sweet background design was the perfect way to start off my May bullet journal. So I started off with my red Tombow. This is the colour 845, which is a perfect bright red. And I used the brush pen end for the gingham stripes. And then I also used the other end, the smaller kind of felt tip end, for the smaller details like the scalloped edges and the lines that I added into the middle. And then I used my smallest fine liner, which is 0.05, to draw these tiny little strawberry and flower illustrations in the remaining sections down the middle, before rubbing out any pencil marks left underneath and then started colouring them in. So for the colouring I used a combination of my Tombow brush pens and also my Stabilo brush pens. This is just based on which colours I had available. I don't have many greens, or not the right colour greens, in my Tombow brush pens, so had to use a bit of a combination of pen types for colouring in. The little flowers I just left white with a yellow centre because that is what the little flowers that grow on strawberry plants look like. And then of course I used my trusty white gel pen to add a few little highlights to the background and also to the letters in the title. And that is my cover page all complete. Next is going to be my mood tracker, and I don't often have the mood tracker coming next to the cover page, but for this month I was wanting my more informative kind of stats based pages to come together, which you will see when we turn over. So my mood tracker, as that's a bit more of an arty one, I thought it would look quite nice next to the cover page for this month. And so of course I was going to be using the strawberries as my mood tracker, and so just to make it a little bit more interesting I decided to create a big vine of strawberries swirling all across the page, and I decided to use the green Stabilo brush pen for the vine rather than a black fine liner that I might normally reach for. The mood tracker is obviously going to be left blank until it gets coloured in each day, so I thought using the green for the stem would look nice and also just bring in a pop of colour whilst it's still blank. And I actually forgot to draw in a space for the key, so I just made a really small little key down in the bottom left, basically just swatched the three colours that I'd be using and added the smiley faces next to it to represent happy, okay and sad. Then I used the 0.05 fine liner again just to put the numbers inside the strawberries, numbers 1 to 31, and then I just had to colour in my title, and that is my strawberry mood tracker all complete. As I mentioned previously, I wanted to have my more informative kind of stat style pages to be together because I wanted to create a Dutch door, which if you don't know, that is when you cut out the pages so that you can see other pages underneath, if that makes sense. It should all become clear as we do it. But my vision for these pages was because I wanted to create a red gingham background that you could see around the edges and then have the pages flippable in the middle of that red gingham. The vision was thinking of a picnic blanket in the background and then the pages sitting on top. that's what I had in mind, and you can let me know in the comments if you think all the faffing around with the cutting out and the pages was worth it. I also used a page corner cutter to round the edges of the pages I'd just cut out, because I thought the rounded edges just fit with the theme better, softer edges, not sharp pointed corners. And for some reason just one corner didn't want to play ball, but it was my first time using it, so I think it might have been user error, but we got there eventually. So that's the Dutch door cutout bit complete. Was a little bit fiddly, but I'm glad I did it because I think it looks really cute, and it's also nice to do something a little bit different. And then I went in with the red Tombow again to create the gingham background, and then we can get started filling in the pages. First, it's going to be a calendar page, so I started off with putting May up in the top left hand corner with a couple of strawberries in the little gap that I had next to it, and there was a little bit of space down the right hand side, so I decided to just fill that with some more little illustrations, some strawberries with the flowers and leaves that I'll be putting onto another vine like the mood tracker, and also my first strawberry jam illustration, which I really love. The calendar itself is just really simple, small squares with, again, rounded edges, and I alternated between red, light pink and medium pink to outline the boxes, and then these are just spaces that I can use to fill in any kind of key events, such as birthdays or appointments, as there's not a lot of room in these squares, so these will just be for key events throughout the month to see at a glance. Then I was just colouring in the title and the little illustrations around the edge, which is always the fun part of setting up my bullet journal, I find. Once you've done the hard work of setting up all the pages and outlining everything in the fine liner, when you finally get to colour, it's like sitting down with a colouring book. So I always enjoy when I get to the colouring part of things. Colouring the jam jar, I just kept it really simple, and as I was doing it I felt like something was missing, and I've just now realised I've left the jam jar empty, there's no jam in it, so I might have to go back and rectify that, but for now that is the calendar page all complete. Next I've got a little tracker page, and this is going to include a sleep tracker and a migraine tracker. And I decided to do these as graphs for a bit of a change. I tend to do one tracker per page, but I'd seen on Instagram lately a few people doing trackers across 2 pages so they can do them horizontally rather than having to rotate the page, for example. And I just thought it looked really cute, so I wanted to try that out this month. And something about the graph style trackers I just really like. I think they just look kind of mathsy and a bit informative. I don't know why, I quite like that. So that's the style I went with for the sleep and migraine trackers. Along the x-axis I've got the days of the month, so 1 through to 31, and then for the sleep tracker on the y-axis I've got 4 to 11, and this is hours slept. I decided not to start from 0 because the likelihood is I'm not going to be sleeping 0 hours or 1 hour or 2 hour, so I started at 4 and went up to 11 because I thought that was a range that is more likely to get used and it doesn't then leave lots of spare space at the bottom of the graph. Then down for the migraine tracker, again on the x-axis I've got days 1 to 31, and then up the side I've got migraine status, if you like, and I've got none, mild, moderate and severe. So here I can just mark an X if I had a migraine, and it will also show me how bad it was so I can keep a track of it that way, which is always useful for future doctor appointments and things like that. But as it was just the 2 graphs on this page, it was really easy to set up, and there was also a bit of space around the edges, so I decided to just do some little illustrations. I'm really liking the strawberry vines because they're really easy to weave in and out of small spaces, and you can have them draping across the page from left to right or down the page like I have on the right hand side. So that's been my go-to for filling any blank spaces. And once the colouring was complete, I just went back with my white gel pen to add the highlights to both the sleep and migraine titles, and I also decided to add some to the strawberries and the leaves to help them pop off the page, and that is my tracker page all complete. The final page for this setup is going to be a 1 line a day style gratitude log, and this one is going to go across the 2 pages, so I'll be rotating the book in a minute, but I'm starting off with some illustrations down the right hand side where I've got some space left, pretty much just recreating the same style illustrations I've done on both the previous pages. And then I span my journal around to do the title at the top. I just wrote gratitude in the standard bubble writing that I've been using throughout this setup. The gratitude log is basically a spread where you write one line a day about something you were grateful for, or something nice that happened, or anything like that. It's just trying to encourage you to see some positives, see the beauty in the small things. And I haven't included it yet so far this year, because for my weekly spreads I've been journaling a lot more kind of longhand, writing about my day, writing what I've done, rather than to-do list style that I've spoken about previously. So because I've been writing a lot more, I didn't really feel the need to include spreads like this, but it's not quite the same. I think the gratitude log is a really nice one to include in your setup, so I decided to bring it back this month, and I'll see how I get on with both that and still my writing diary style journaling that I'm doing. But that is the final page of this setup, all complete. So that is it for my May bullet journal setup. We've got my cover page, mood tracker, calendar page, sleep tracker, migraine tracker, and also gratitude log. I really love how it looks, and the few pages that I've done with the Dutch door style have turned out really sweet and just something a little bit different. So I'd love to know what you think of this setup. If you try it out, I would love if you share it with me or tag me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I next upload. And I will see you in the next one.